this is what we're working with today. Hi, I'm Sophia and I draw animals, and today we are drawing grizzly bears. And I actually haven't drawn very many bears. I think I have like one drawing of a polar bear I did when I was, I think, in middle school. I had like a drawing prompts book. It was pretty cool. My sister got it for me. But after that, I have not drawn bears like at all. But I did have a lot of fun looking at the references. A lot of people, I think grizzly bears and think kind of scary, and they can be very aggressive, obviously, especially when they have young, but a lot of the times they're really, really goofy and cute and adorable and chunky, especially when they're fattening up before hibernation. So I pulled some references. We're just gonna do a page of grizzly bears, and I think it's gonna look really cute. I do have an idea to do some maybe like little doodles of like silhouettes of fish, like salmon, or some berries, because bears are omnivores. They're very opportunistic and resourceful. A lot of their weight actually comes from berries. Not much of their diet comes from meat, because they can sprint, but they're not very they don't have a lot of stamina. So let's get into it. My sketches are done. I'm going to be using paint markers today. I'm going to do one layer in alcohol marker just for base colors, because I like a very vibrant base. So I think I might do orange or something bright like yellow or very, very light green. The rest of our coloring, we're going to be using my Art X markers that I recently was gifted. And I'm really excited to see how they work out. I have not tried this brand before. I've only tried, I think, the Artistro ones. It was a simple pack I'd gotten from Amazon. These are my first big pack of acrylic paint pens. I'm really excited because I have heard that the colors come out pretty nicely. So cross your fingers. Now we can turn around and get to the coloring. Another thing, before I forget, a moment for the tea, the new thrifted tea. It says, 2 coyotes experiencing nonverbal communication. And I really stand by that. If I want to do like apple green or something, a nice vibrant underpainting or whatever. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, this is a moment of truth. I'm kind of scared, to be honest. Oh God. It begins. I'm gonna I know outlining and coloring is like not the proper way to do this, but I do not care. I'm gonna do what I know how to do. And it's just the underlayer anyway, so like I don't really want this white. I know it's like off-white, but I don't want the white to peek through. I like when there's a vibrant underlayer. I see a lot of artists who do just brighter paintings, or they do a lot of nature paintings. They do a very like a hot pink or a neon pink or neon yellow underpainting, and I think it looks really cool. And since I've seen that, I've pretty much started doing this on all of my drawings, and I just really like how it turns out. It's also kind of fun for me to see what colors work well with what colors. Like, I don't really know color theory that well. I should probably take a class on it, to be honest. Now that I'm back to part-time artistry and part-time work, I think I might have time. It's more of a matter of I'm a very good learner. I love to learn. I love school for that reason. I'm not a very good student. Time management is not my forte, and I don't have a lot of self-discipline. I have executive dysfunction issues, so like that is a big plan why I haven't gone back to school, even though I desperately want to. Oh, this marker's getting old. Is it finally her time? Is mantis green or apple green, guys? Apple green. I honestly do think this is a really good apple green. It comes out warmer in person. The phone kind of makes colors come out very cool toned. It's terrible because I love warm colors. I love them a lot, and the phone does not pick them up, and it really pisses me off, to be honest. Oh, I did not move that little sheet. Immediately failing. I do want to preserve this paper. I am using the sheet today, even though I haven't really been seen doing that in any of my other videos, because I have discovered this paper, it holds ink pretty well, but not well enough, in my opinion. I really think it shouldn't be bleeding through the page and then onto the other page. Like, it's a little bit too much bleed through for me to want to repurchase. I have had a few people in my comment sections this last week asking me like what the sketchbook is. It's the VANRTTO, that brand, and it's the square 8-inch sketchbook. And I like it, sort of. I've been recommending it with caution to people, like letting you know, as the perforated pages, they fall out super easily. If you're not very gentle when turning your pages every single time you open the sketchbook. On top of that, I think the bleed through is a little bit too much for my liking to repurchase, to be honest. But it's okay. This was my first square sketchbook. It's been through a lot. Clearly I've been using it a lot, and I've been putting a lot of different medias on it, which it says it's mixed media, so that should be allowed. So yeah, I recommend with caution. I think it's a good starter sketchbook. I do not think if you want to layer a bunch of alcohol marker or keep this as a marker only sketchbook, this is the one for you, in my personal opinion. But I'm going to use it up because it's paper. I will say that the paper quality is pretty good, but I have complaints first, so that tells you everything you need to know. Oh, should I color in this water here? I'm gonna do like little reflections. I mentioned this in my intro, but I have not drawn bears a lot, and they're very, very cute. I think I was a little intimidated because initially I was like gonna go in and see if I could do this portrait of it not roaring. What do? When they get up on their hind legs and they try to scare people away from whatever. But then I was like, these bears they're scary for a moment, but most of the time they're very goofy and cute. I think this will be fun to capture that side of them rather than the kind of like hardcore side that always seems to be depicted with grizzly bears. I feel like they tend to be shown as just apex predators that are aggressive and powerful, and they are, but I think that the lighter, bubblier side of them is untapped. I won't lie, as an avid Disney watcher and Disney child, all I could think about was Brother Bear when drawing these because of the way that their fur was layering, and how in Brother Bear they really accentuate the 2 layers of fur around their mane. I'm gonna call it a mane because I don't know what else to call it, but around like their lower neck into the higher chest area. And I just could not stop thinking about that when sketching these, because I was obviously mapping out shapes, and that was one of the shapes I had to map out, and it was just very funny for me. It was a full circle moment getting to draw these bears that I loved so much as a kid, and still do, because that movie is amazeballs. What am I even saying right now? Yeah, okay, so underlayer is done. I actually really like it. Ooh, new material alert as well. This is the Mr. Pen 2mm pencil, and I love to sketch in color. I've been buying the Bic color mechanical pencil things, and they're very cute. They do break a lot, and I tend to actually go for a thicker lead width. And I found this very light goldeny brown, and then that with the apple green I think is just delicious. Let's pull out some browns. I want to test. I have not swatched these colors yet. Dangerous game to play, Sophia. We're gonna be doing this dandelion bear first. I'm really scared because this one is my favorite sketch out of all 3, and I don't want to mess it up. Noses first. Ooh, that is nice. Oh, I can't lie, that is really nice. I did block out these areas that are kind of shaded harshly because the reference does have some harsher lighting. I think it's like backlit a little bit, so you'll see that in how this is shaded. This is a tangent, but right now it looks kind of like a spectacle bear, which is my favorite bear. Also from Go Diego Go, of course, we know that that's influenced a lot of my childhood. It's getting a little bit hard for me to see the sketch. I might have to like lean in closer, so if you see my scalp, don't look too hard. I don't even care if it looks good. The texture is really satisfying to lay down, I won't lie. I also like the brush pen isn't too soft. I actually think the rest of it has to be this brown now. Okay, let me just fill this in really fast. All right, and now I'm just like flicking the fur. I'm gonna get a little bit more shaggy with the coloring just because I want it to start kind of blending like fur, but I'm not gonna go in and make too much of a fuss about it looking like hyper realistic. This style is not meant to look hyper realistic. I think it's like, we know it's an animal, but we can have fun with the background and with some of the shading, and some of the colors can be a little exaggerated. That's what I love. Someone can figure out a word for that style. You tell me, and then I will start accepting it. All right, it's looking a little dark right now, because it kind of is. Why is that so much lighter? Don't look at her. I'm just gonna go at the edges of the fur since it's a little bit backlit and just brighten it up like that. This was a little bit crazy over here. I'm probably gonna have to fix that, but it's okay. It is okay. And I think once we get the eyes in there, it'll start looking a little bit less funky. I think it's gonna look like really, really funky before it's not. This is a little scary, but I'm already gonna mark out where the eyes are. That black marker is really pigmented, I'm not gonna lie to you. That is a lot darker than the one I had before. The one I had before came out very charcoaly, just kind of gray. This one is like fucking pigmented as hell. Okay, that's a really good thing. The thing I'm concerned about is how am I gonna deepen these browns without it looking stupid. Oh, that's actually nice and dark. I think I'm gonna use that for my shadows. Yeah, I think tying in more color will make it look more. See, that kind of look like little blushes, and I already really like that. I need to get better about direction of fur, but I think I'm just gonna have fun today. Nobody talk to me about it. I really do feel like I am improving literally day by day. It's kind of wild because I didn't think I'd ever see this much of a pickup in my art, and I have been. I've been having so much fun with it. I've been taking time away from the camera, and that has really been helping to do some of just like low stakes sketches where I draw whatever's in front of me or I draw something kind of badly. So I think giving myself that little exposure therapy has been helping. Why is he so chunky? I love him. Oh, my ear is ringing. Hello? I like how I know that I'm supposed to do dark to light and I still went dark to light and then started doing light colors out of nowhere. Like, why did I not listen to myself? I did this with the mantis shrimp and I didn't listen. I did it for like 2 seconds, then I stopped listening. He's literally just a boy. I'm also very fond of how these markers are laying down. Look at that, dude. That is really making it come to life. I think I gotta do a little bit more variant in the fur shines. That way it doesn't look super stiff, even though I kind of don't mind this almost not line of cut, but a little bit. I think I'm gonna go back over with this yellow and make it my highlight still, because it'll raise its opacity a little bit as I use it again on top of the other yellow that's laid down. Oh my god, he looks so fuzzy. I love him so much. I just remembered I haven't even done the part that I'm so excited to do. She is dried. I picked out a couple colors. I know these are very, very, very bright. Tone down behind these colors. It'll be fine. And then the wiggly dandelion leaves. And I think I had one like poking out of here a little bit too. Okay, well my phone overheated, which is the first time that's happened. All I did was add in a couple layers. I used a neon yellow pen and then these golden pens again to just layer on the petals of the dandelions. I'm gonna move on and we're just gonna time lapse me doing the backgrounds. Alright, so I've done basically all the base coloring. I even got some of the salmon. I kind of didn't mean to do that. I meant to color that fully on camera. I'm now gonna go in and just color up the fish a little bit. The face is a little bit too dark and I kind of want to get that a little brighter, so I'm gonna come with this. And then the fins, these like pectoral fins, not pectoral fins. Yes, the pectoral fins, and then these like little like base fins. I don't know what they're called. They're the ones that that show you that it's male. I don't remember what they're called, but they kind of come out purpley. Fuck it. It'll be sheer. That way they'll come out purpley because I did put a blue-green down there and I think that'll be okay. I think after that, I'm just gonna like add some little shinies to the reds and then we should be all good. Just vibrant cherry red. That's kind of the only 2 reds I really have in this pack. I don't know, there's so many other pinks and greens and blues. Not a lot of reds, but we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna tie in that blue color we used earlier for the eye highlights, and I think I'm just gonna keep them in the same vibe. Oh god, that's like the fourth time I've dropped a marker this whole time. It's actually getting on my nerves. The fact that I just leave things on angled surfaces and then expect them to not fall over, it's ridiculous. And then I'm also gonna tie in these little yellow dots that I kind of brought around to show the shines on the noses, and then do what I did earlier and grab this very, very saturated purple, use that, and then go back over with that burgundy color to make it darker, because I didn't really have anything darker that was in the same palette. And when it dries down, it'll look better. Bring her here a little bit too. That's cute. Okay, we're finishing up on that one. I think I might just add one last little layer of highlight on the fish, and then we should be good. Yeah, she's looking a little bent. Let's do that for a bit, just so that it has some time to adjust. I was gonna go back in and add some white to make it even brighter, but honestly, just doing the double layer of the blue it's enough for me. I like it. Last touches, I did sketch out these and do a first layer of color off camera just because my phone was charging a little bit and I didn't want it to like freak out on me during this last process. These are salmon berries. They're one of the main food sources for grizzly bears. Grizzlies actually almost entirely eat roots and seeds and fruits. I want to pay some love to the things that actually make up these giant animals and not just focus on the meat. I just think it's so cool that something that is considered an apex predator mostly eats fruits and nuts and seeds. It's a forager, like just really telling how important it is. This is really random, but there's a creator on here who does boring history to go to sleep, and there's a caveman episode and he's talking about how, well, he's telling a story. Obviously it's really, really cool. I like to listen to them when I'm awake because I'm a fucking nerd. But he was talking about how foraging and like botany and herbalism, they are necessary for survival. they are more helpful than knowing how to hunt or cook meat or whatever. I don't know, I just thought it was really cool that this giant animal mostly eats these little guys. And then we're just gonna blush up the centers of the dots. We're gonna go in with a yellowy color for in between. I actually meant to do a yellow all around before that, but it's okay. You win some, you lose some. I'm also gonna talk really fast right now and work really fast because I don't want my camera. I don't want to run out of storage and I don't want to have my phone overheat again. I won't lie, I've been powering through today. It is really fucking hot back here. It's not as bad now because the breeze is starting to pick up, but it was like high 80s today, which means that it was still no breeze, high 80s in the garage. And I just can't wait till I have some sort of indoor studio. Right now, this is obviously like a really fucking cool experience having my own area dedicated to my art. I'm not saying I'm not grateful for that, obviously, but I definitely can't wait till I can upgrade to something even more comfortable. I think I'm just gonna go back and use this goldenrod color we used earlier and just use her in betweens. And then I'm gonna go in and use that even brighter golden color to get in highlights. But I will put little dots here because they're very, very shiny fruits. Tangent, but in recording and posting to the internet and stuff, I realized just how many like phrases, catchphrases and sayings I have, and I repeat words a lot. Like I say very, very, oh, super duper cute. Like I say a lot of things like that. And sometimes it kind of makes me laugh and I'm a little embarrassed by it, but I honestly don't think I can stop if I wanted to, so let's be real. Bonk, bonk, bonk. They're in the raspberry family. I was doing a little bit of research while my phone was charging, because they look like raspberries, but they're a little bit stringier. You'll see once I add in those final details. I'm not centered. Sorry, guys. I'm really bad about checking to see if I'm centered, because I always imagine the center is the middle of the sketchbook. That is not true. I have to center the drawing that I'm actually drawing, which is not what I do a lot of times. My apologies. Oh, that actually makes the red really pop. And then they have these fun little stringies that kind of poke out in a flower shape. Oh my god, I forgot these other berries. Oh my god. I really feel like I'm going so fast and it's already been 10 minutes, which is wild. Alright, yeah, I think that drawing is finished. This is the final piece. Hi, it's me again. This is the drawing. Let me freaking show you really fast. Just don't want that to fall apart. Oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah. She's looking really cute. I've never been this pleased with paint markers. Like, I've always liked them, but I'm super duper pleased with this. As far as the actual marker texture, I really like how they lay down. They dry really quickly. I think the shade range and the colors are actually pretty darn accurate, which I cannot say for the Ohuhu pens that I have, but I'm really liking it, and I think that we can let it stop there. Yeah. I'm sweating my ass off, so let's end this video. Do me a favor. Drink some water, take care of your mind, take your meds, and I will see you in the next video where we draw some more freaking animals. Or it might be a vlog, but we'll see. Bye.